All right, so let's log in to Code Anywhere. While we wait for me to log in, I'm going to hide this. Again, I'm just using the project practice, and I'm using the container C++, so it helps to bring it down and see all your code here. And we're going to create a new file. And don't forget to right-click C++ here by hitting Control and getting the terminal as well. Okay, so let's talk about strings. Let's first practice creating our first string here. And I'm going to do hashtag include IOStream and hashtag include string. So in our notes, we talked about also using namespace std, and let me create some white space there, int main. Okay, and let's talk about declaring our first string here. So I'm going to declare my string, and this is just going to be one username. So just in the practice that we did, or in the notes, we have string, and I'm going to hit return and tab it in a little bit. String user name, and again, don't use any spaces. So make sure you're not using any spaces when you're declaring a name. My string is first going to be called username, and I'm going to see out. And I'm going to see out. Please enter your name. Colon, space, quotation mark, semicolon. And then I'm going to see in that whatever that person enters in, so CN. And you'll notice that instead of less than signs, it's greater than signs. And I'm seeing in that string that somebody is going to type in user name, semicolon, and I'm going to see out I, space, quotation mark, less than sign, and then the string username, and less than sign, quotation, and in that line. All right, so let's save. I'm going to save this as string name. Make sure I click on C++ here, file name, .cpp. Save. And let's run this thing. Okay, G++, the name of my file, string name, CPP, give it an output, -O, and give that output, I'm just going to say name. And then // name. Please enter your name. Hello, Nicole. Or hi, Nicole. Perfect. If you want to run it again, I have to run it again. So you'll notice that I just ran the output, but I actually have to run the whole thing. String name .cpp -o name. There you go, dash name. But it doesn't like the space in between there. So let's try this again. Let's do G++, string name, name. Try Bob. There. So the reason why I wouldn't actually put my last name in is it's not liking that space. So if I ran again, see if that's true. My name. So the thing is, it just doesn't like the space in my character or my string. That's the only problem. So if you can run it again multiple times, just dash name, running the output, or running the file that the output's going to be in. Please enter your name. You could say Mario. And it should say Mario. Perfect. Okay, so let's go back to our file and talk about adding. We can add two strings. So let's actually create two strings here. Let's do username. And let's say instead of username, let's do user. Let's get rid of this. User first name. And let's create a second string. User last name. Okay, so first thing is we're going to say, please enter your first name. And we're going to see and use your first name. And then we're going to see out, please, please enter your last name. Get the semicolon after that. And we're going to see in our last name, user last name. Nice thing about this program, it identifies the things that we've done. Semicolon. And then we're going to create a new string, and we can create it right in here. String. We're going to say user full name. So we're declaring a new string, full name, and we are going to assign it. We're going to assign it, adding our user first name plus our user last name. So user first name plus sign user last name. Semicolon. And let's see that out. See out your name is space. Put a space between there. User full name. And end that line. All right, let's save. And now let's run that one. G++. Oops. Looks like I have an error. Let me go back. I don't have the end of the line. Sorry. Semicolon was in the wrong spot. Let's see. Okay, again. CPP dash O name. Perfect. Name. Okay. Bob Marley. Your name is Bob Marley. Perfect. Now you notice it doesn't give a space in there. So let's go back and put a space between Bob and Marley. So here we go. It's just adding them together without spaces. But I want some spaces in between there. So I have a plus, and I'm going to add a quotation mark and a space, and a closing quotation mark, and then another plus sign. So this quotation mark will give us a space between the names. Also, let's say, instead of please enter your name, let's say, please enter your first name. Okay, save. Let's run again. Compile. Okay. My first name is Bob. My second name is Marley. And your name is Bob Marley. Perfect. Now there's another way you could do this. Instead of putting your string declaration right here, we could delete that string there and declare our strings up at top. So we have string user full name at the top. And I like to do that because I feel like you are declaring all your variables up at the top and then you're calling upon them down here. So let's try it, see, make sure it works. All right, so let's save this and let's run it. G++, string name .cpp dash O name. Let's try a different name. Let's try Big Bird. And your name is Big Bird. So you'll notice that I personally, and I think it's good practice, to declare everything that you have up at the top and then call upon your variables in your actual code below that. So keep your variables at the top. If you're declaring any kind of variable, keep them at the top if possible, and then call upon them down here.